ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महाविधन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षे नमः। पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रिये। Hare Krishna. So last time we were discussing which Leela? Govardhan Leela. And we discussed what is the purpose behind Govardhan Leela. So what is the purpose behind Govardhan Leela? To teach the lesson to Indra, to curb the pride of Indra, break the pride of Indra. So that is the main purpose behind Govardhan Leela. One should not start thinking, oh, Krishna is speaking Karma Mimamsa philosophy. So Krishna actually is teaching Karma is everything. So the purpose of diverting Indra Puja to Govardhan Puja is basically the point behind that. The purpose behind that is to break Indra's pride. And when Krishna stopped Indra Puja and they worshipped Govardhan, what happened to Indra? got angry. And Indra was thinking, I am the supreme, right? So when he got this anger, it shows that that Indra is not the supreme, because he just got angry because somebody stopped worshipping him. In the Supreme Lord, there is no anger for that reason that somebody is not worshipping him. There are so many people in this world, they do not worship the Lord. If the Lord gets angry at everybody, finish, this whole creation is done. Right? If Lord starts thinking, see, I'm giving you everything, I'm providing you everything, your bread, butter and everything, and you are not even accepting my existence. People challenge the existence of God. You don't even accept that I exist. So let me finish you off. So Indra got this anger, and we discussed the whole thing. So after that, so we did the first part of Leela, Krishna engaging everybody in Govardhan Puja. Second part of the Leela is now, when Indra got angry, he called the Samvartaka cloud. So I'm going to finish this whole Leela very briefly, because we want to enter into the next pastime, which I sent a message. We are going to cover the essence of Bhagavatam today. So Indra got angry, he called the Samvartaka cloud. All the clouds come and pour so heavy rain on the whole Vrindavan area, Braj Bhumi, destroy the whole Braj Bhumi. And we discussed those couple of shlokas which Indra is saying to all those his associates. Bachalam Balisham, Krishna Mrityu Pashritam. All these people, they have taken shelter of a small boy who is very talkative boy. He doesn't know what he's saying. He stopped my worship. So I'm going to teach them lesson. I'm going to destroy the whole Vrindavan. So pour down heavy rain on Vrindavan, spoil, destroy everything, destroy all the cows, destroy all the Brajbasis, kill Nanda. I will teach lesson to Krishna. So all the Samvartaka clouds, when they were called, now what are these clouds? What is the purpose of these clouds actually? These are not regular clouds which come to pour rain. Samvartaka cloud, they have a specific task assigned which happens once in a while. That is for Pralay, at the time of devastation. So at that time these clouds, they pour heavy rain. And in minutes everything is equal. Flat and mountain, everything becomes equal. There is no visible distinction, where is mountain, where is flat. Everything is filled with water. So when these Samvartaka clouds were called and they heard that Indra is very angry at Krishna, actually Samvartaka clouds, they had little fear in the heart. They knew Krishna's position. They knew what is power of Krishna. How the Samvartaka cloud knew? They have seen Krishna's Leela when Krishna killed Tarnavrata. The Tarnavrata, the wind whirl, that demon, when took Krishna up in the sky. He went so high in the sky, it went above the heavenly planets, crossed all the clouds and everything. And all these clouds sitting there, they were thinking, oh, this demon is coming up here. And they saw Krishna choking off the neck of the throat of that demon and throwing him down onto the ground. So they knew the power of Krishna, and they were thinking Indra has gone mad and he is going to get punishment. He has caused punishment for us also. But because they were ordered, they have to follow the order of their master. So the clouds went and poured down heavy rain, started pouring down heavy rain. And Indra said, you all go, I will also come behind. I am not also going to sit down quietly in my palace. I am also going to come, make sure Braj is destroyed. So you all go ahead, start your work. I am coming, sitting on my Aravat with my thunderbolt. And all the Marut guns, you also go and start blowing heavy wind to uproot everything, all the trees and everything in the forest of Vrindavan. So these clouds are pouring heavy rain. When this whole heavy rain started, all the Brajvasis, they got scared. And when they get scared, whom they call? When the Brajvasis, they are afraid of something, some danger come, whom they call? Krishna. How do they call? So the Brajvasis, they are calling out to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Mahabhaga, Tav Natham Gokulam Prabho, Tratumarhasi Devan Kupitad Bhakta Vatsala. Krishna, Krishna Mahabhaga, you are the master of Gokul. Tav Nath Gokulam Prabho. Indra is causing heavy rain to trouble your devotees. Please protect your devotees. You are Bhakta Vatsala. Indra has become angry on your devotees. Please protect us. Sometimes this question may come, right? All these Brajvasis, they somehow don't accept Krishna, or they don't treat with Krishna as his God. But when some problem comes, then they remember. Krishna actually is Supreme Lord. So we'll talk about that point also. But all of these Brajvasis, they are calling out to Krishna, please save us, please save us. Now they are not going and telling Krishna, see, you fool. We were going to worship Indra to please Indra. You stopped us from Indra's worship. Now he is angry at us. ये क्या किया तुमने? मरवा डाला हमें. So they are not blaming on Krishna. They are just going and taking shelter of Krishna. What is the point it teaches us actually? No matter what situation come, we should not get drifted away from our devotional service. There may be problems in our life. There will problems come in our life. When we start the process of devotional service, we should not expect all of my problems will vanish now, or all my problems should go away now. See, Krishna, I have taken shelter of you. I am chanting your name. I am hearing your katha. I am serving you. Why there is problem in my life? Why I am getting sick? Why I am having problem at job? Why I have this problem, that problem? So we should not expect that. But our shelter should increase more. All the Brajvasis, actually, before Krishna came in their life, before Krishna came to Vrindavan, their life was more peaceful. The Brajvasis, they were living peacefully. Once Krishna came to Vrindavan, day one, problems started coming in Vrindavan. Putana came, and Tranavrata came, and this demon came, that demon came. Every day there is problem in Vrindavan. They are not thinking, कहाँ से आ गया कृष्णा, इसको भेजो यहाँ से, हम लोग शांति से रहें. We should live peacefully. No, they are taking shelter of Krishna. Their love for Krishna is increasing more and more. Krishna will protect us. So when we start process of devotional service, our life may become unpeaceful. You may be wondering, Hare Krishna. You may be wondering, what is this Prabhuji telling? Our life will become miserable? No, it's not like that. But the thing is, Krishna is going to test us. Right? There will be tests in our life. Are you really serious for engaging in bhakti? If we are not serious, what is that? We get affected. That is the influence of Maya. We say, stop bhakti. Let me solve these problems first. See, there is a difference in regular problems. There will be regular problems in life. All these tapatraya. The threefold miseries is going to mean the problem caused by this body and mind, problem caused by other living entity, problem caused by higher nature. These are going to remain. Today is raining outside. It may be heavy rain. Can you do anything about that? What we may think, आज बहुत बारिश हो रहा है, चलो बाहर नहीं निकलते, घर पे बैठ के आराम से फेसबुक पे देखेंगे. Right? But if that was still heavy rain and you have a work day, your boss has called a very important meeting, will you say same thing? No, send me Zoom link. I will attend meeting on Zoom. I will attend meeting on Teams meeting or Facebook, just arrange something. I cannot come today. No. Because we know, that is very important for me. If I don't go, I will lose my job. Here, we don't think this is important because we think this life is very long. आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों सुनेंगे आराम से. So that is the problem. Here, whenever problem come, they take deeper shelter of Krishna. So all the Brajvasis started calling out to Krishna, 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 Mahabhaga. Please save us, please protect us from this heavy rain. And Krishna immediately, he was ready to protect. How? Krishna said, जिस गोवर्धन की पूजा की है उसी को छाते की तरह उठा के सब ब्रजवासियों की रक्षा करूंगा. I will lift that Govardhan today. And Krishna started running towards Govardhan. See, now Krishna is going to do a very heavy duty task. The lifting of Govardhan. For Krishna, this is not a heavy duty task actually. We may feel, oh, lifting a Govardhan, one mountain, on the pinky of one hand, it's a very big task. But for the Lord, this is not a big task. For the Lord, it's not even like a grain of sand. If you consider the whole cosmic manifestation, all these material worlds, all these Brahmandas, it is being floating by the potency of the Lord. He is lifting up everything. On that Brahmand, this one mountain, what big deal is that? If a wrestler goes for wrestling, right? If he has to do some big wrestling, what they do? They tie their belt, कमर कसते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं अपना कमर कस लिया, इधर हाथ मारा, उधर हाथ मारा, okay, now I'm ready. Krishna did not have to do anything. Krishna did not have to tie his belt or something कि उसने कमर कसा. Krishna just ran. And there was an obstacle on the path of Krishna. What is this obstacle? All his Gop Sakha, they blocked Krishna. They stopped Krishna. Where are you going? I will lift up Govardhan hill. And this Gop says, you will lift Govardhan. What do you think of yourself? हमारे साथ खेलते हो, हम तुम्हें ऊपर चढ़ते हैं, तुम्हारे नीचे गिरा देते हैं. We put you down on the ground. Sometimes we are wrestling with you, we defeat you. And you are thinking you will lift Govardhan. Show us the proof that you are capable of lifting the Govardhan. So Krishna, he took one Kadamba tree, twisted around the Kadamba tree, made it like into a swing, curved shape. And all the Gopsaka, they saw Krishna, he just took up one tree and just turned it around, this heavy, thick tana, right, the trunk of the tree, and Krishna turned it around like a blade of grass, and all the Gopsaka, yeah, he is capable, he can do it. Go Krishna, go. Why Krishna troubled that Kadamba tree, turned it around and twisted it? Krishna knew, I'm going to do another Leela later. Jhulan Leela, swinging. I will need a swing. So Krishna prepared that swing already, turned that tree into a swing. So Krishna, he started running towards Govardhan, and how fast Krishna is running, as if like Krishna, as running, it's becoming like a tunnel towards the Govardhan. So Krishna went running, like digging a tunnel. Krishna went under the Govardhan and then he lifted the Govardhan. The Govardhan started lifting up. All these Brajavasis are thinking this mountain is lifting up. And then they saw their little baby Krishna, their dear darling Krishna. He is holding Govardhan on his hand. And he is calling out all the Brajavasis, please come. I have lifted the umbrella. Please come under this umbrella. So Krishna lifted that Govardhan as easily as a boy lifts a mushroom. How difficult it is to lift the mushroom. Sometimes when it's very too much water in the ground, in your yard, you will see those mushrooms popping up. And the boys, while playing in the yard, they will just lift up the mushroom. How difficult is it? So Krishna lifted up the Govardhan as a boy lifts up a mushroom. And Krishna started calling everybody, please come under this umbrella. Everybody. Now when you lift up a stone, right? If you lift up a brick or a stone from the ground, what comes from underneath? उसके नीचे से क्या निकलता है? मिट्टी, कीचड़, कीट, पतंगा, चींटियां. So all those kind of things come out. So, but when Krishna lifted up Govardhan, what did come out underneath the Govardhan? It was no dust or puddle of water or what you call as mud or any animals or insects or ants or something. Actually, it was very nice, clean underneath, and the floor underneath the Govardhan where Krishna lifted up the whole Govardhan, it was made with jewels, pearls, nice shining floor. And palaces came out of Govardhan, under the Govardhan. So Krishna had arranged for all the facilities for the Brajavasis under the Govardhan. When he lifted up the Govardhan, all the facilities were there. So that the Brajavasis have no problem staying underneath the Govardhan as long as this rain is going on. So all the Brajvasis came there. And Krishna is lifting this Govardhan. Now another Christian come. When Krishna lifted the Govardhan, Govardhan's periphery is how big? 12 kilometers. This whole Vrindavan is 84 kos. So many people living around under there, so many animals. We say 9 lakhs cows of Nanda Maharaj. How will everybody fit under Govardhan? 84 कोस में जो बसने वाले लोग हैं वो 12 किलोमीटर के एरिया के अंदर उसने उतने से एरिया में कैसे आ जाएंगे? Actually, with Krishna's potency, Krishna expanded the Govardhan. Everybody is able to fit under that Govardhan. The Govardhan's size grew so much it went when Krishna lifted the Govardhan, it went beyond the sky. All the clouds are thinking we are pouring down rain here, and the Govardhan has gone beyond them. It has gone beyond the rain, from where the rain is falling. So the peaks of Govardhan went beyond those clouds. So still rain is pouring. Krishna has lifted Govardhan, everybody is under the Govardhan, but still underneath the water will fill up. Isn't it? When the rain is falling, water is coming down, it will flood still underneath. But it says, when Krishna lifted Govardhan, there is no raindrop falling underneath. Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra is circling around that Govardhan. And as the rain is falling, nothing is coming down. It just gets evaporated and goes away. No water is falling down actually. So Krishna could have stopped this rain or protected the Vrindavan Vasis, Braj Vasis by just evaporating the rain. Why Krishna had to lift Govardhan? Why Krishna had to lift Govardhan? So to show his potency, and moreover Krishna had promised to the Govardhan that I am going to do this Leela. Govardhan was carrying Krishna on his head. Right? Every day Krishna is doing his Leela. Krishna के जो चरण हैं वो गोवर्धन पे पड़ रहे हैं. So Krishna had made promise, I will lift you up on my finger. One day you will be on my hand. And Govardhan is feeling so much ecstasy. The trees, filled with flowers, all the flowers are showering down. So जैसे फूलों की बारिश हो रही है गोवर्धन के ऊपर से. Not the rain of water, it's a rain of flowers happening. So everybody stayed under that Govardhan. For how long? For how long Krishna lifted that Govardhan? 7 days and nights. This rain continued, heavy rain. Not just rain. Indra is there and Indra is trying to shatter that Govardhan with his Vajrapat. Lightning. When lightning falls on something, it breaks into pieces. The big mountains are shattered. But nothing is happening to Govardhan. Govardhan is still completely on the finger of Krishna. It's just floating on the nail of Krishna. Not even finger, on the nail. If you were told to lift a small brick for 7 days, not finger, use full hand. Will you do it? Will you be able to do it? Forget 7 days, 7 hours. 7 minutes. Just lift the hand without even holding anything. 7 minutes. Can you do that? In school time, kids have practice maybe. इंडिया में होता था, not here anymore. इंडिया में क्या करते थे? If you have not done your homework or if you make any mistake, if you are doing some mischievous in class, teacher will say, stand up. Stand on the bench. And hands up. Lift your hands up. Just keep standing there. After 2 minutes, the boy says, sir, please let me put my hands down. It's hurting. खाली हाथ ऊपर खड़े करके रखने में 5 मिनट प्रॉब्लम है. Krishna is lifting Govardhan for 7 days. And still, that's nothing for Krishna. It's like boy lifting a mushroom. And Krishna, while standing there, all the Brajbasis are with Krishna. They have so much attraction for Krishna. They're thinking, Krishna, you are doing so much hard work. We will assist you. We will help you. Let's also support this Govardhan with our dandas, with our sticks. Krishna said, okay, please, go on. So all these boys, they are putting their sticks under the Govardhan, putting on the ground and Govardhan, and thinking we are also supporting Govardhan. See, Krishna, we are also supporting Govardhan. You can take a break. You can put your hand down. We will hold it for some time. You can take a break. You think so? Really? So Krishna just started moving his finger down millimeter by millimeter, and all their sticks started to break. Krishna, Krishna, hold tightly, please don't let it fall down. If you let it go, all of us will become like a papad on the floor. So this is the Leela where all the Brajbasis got personal association of Krishna for 7 days and night continuously. Everybody in Vrindavan. Beyond this particular Leela, not all the Brajbasis at one single time got the association of Krishna. Sometimes Krishna is with cows, sometimes he is with his Gop Sakhas, sometimes he is with gopis, sometimes he is with his parents. But this Leela, everybody is with Krishna. So Krishna actually liked this Leela. Krishna is thanking Indra. Thank you for arranging this. You actually brought all of my devotees together with me. And at that time, Krishna, one hand, with one finger he is lifting Govardhan. Second hand, very gracefully, he took out the flute from his dhoti, put to his lips, and he started playing the flute. And the Brajavasis are thinking, all these Gopsaka are thinking, Krishna, be careful. When you start playing this flute, all the Brajavasis, they will be mesmerized and your attention also may divert and this may fall down. Please be careful. But at that time, all the gopis, Srimati Radharani, everybody is just continuously gazing at the face of Krishna. Mother Yashoda is worried. My Lalla, he has not eaten anything. Every day, Mother Yashoda feed Krishna 8 meals. How many meals? 8 meals. And Krishna lifted Govardhan for 7 days. 8 times 7? 56. So that's why after Govardhan Leela, when finally Krishna put the Govardhan down, Krishna was offered Chappan Bhoga, which is to compensate for 8 meals into 7 days, 56. Chappan Bhoga actually does not mean 56 items offered to Krishna. Chappan Bhoga means 56 meals offered to Krishna, and one meal is multiple items. When you eat one meal, you don't eat only one item, right?
Are not similar items.
So you eat 4 or 5 different items in a meal, maybe dal, roti, rice, chapati, some sweet, some yogurt, some salad, papad, this, that. So many different items. So Mother Yashoda offered 56 meal. That is Chappan Bhoga. So it is 300, 400, 500 different items offered to Krishna. And after 7 days of continuous pouring rain, Indra came to his senses. I have done a big mistake. Nothing is happening. Govardhan is not even budging. Everybody is staying peacefully under the Govardhan. I have made a big mistake. Krishna, he is not an ordinary boy. He is the Supreme Lord. How come I forgot his real position? So Indra was very scared. Indra told all the Samvartaka cloud and all the Marutganas and all other his associates, please run away. You all run away now. there is big punishment coming our way. You all run away. Indra also went away. Finally the rain stopped. Sun came out. And Krishna told all the Brajbasis, now you please all go out. So all the Brajbasis started going out. Krishna made sure, told all the Gopsakas, please go around, make sure nobody is sleeping underneath. I'm going to put the Govardhan down. So nobody is sleeping around, nobody is left behind. So Krishna took care of everybody. After everybody is gone, Krishna slowly kept the Govardhan down and came out. Now, some of the gopis, Sakhis, they are telling, it's not actually Krishna who lifted Govardhan. Govardhan was lifted by the mercy of Radharani. Krishna was able to lift the Govardhan because of Radharani's mercy. How is that? Like Radharani was continuously looking at the face of Krishna, and because she is continuously looking at the face of Krishna, Krishna was getting the strength, and that's how he was able to lift Govardhan. So actually this is because of Radharani's mercy. Who is Radharani? Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Ma. Radharani is the energy of Krishna, and without energy, the energetic cannot do anything. If you don't have any strength to do, you cannot do anything, right? If you don't have any energy left. If you come from your work very tired and your child want to play with you. Papa, Papa, मेरे साथ खेलो. What do you say? I'm very tired. अभी मेरे पास कुछ energy नहीं है. So if the energy is not there, energetic cannot do anything. So ultimately it's mercy of Radharani. It is the same thing with Ram Leela in Ram Leela. When Lord Ramchandra was going to lift that bow, धनुष उठाने जा रहे थे जब जनक महाराज की सभा में, when Lord Ramchandra is moving towards the bow, he is moving very slowly, looking at everybody. Then he looked at Sita Devi. And then Lord Ram came, as he's standing in front of the Dhanush, before lifting the Dhanush, he looked at Sita Devi and then he lifted up the Dhanush. And later on, all the friends of Sita, Sakhis of Sita, they were teasing Lakshmana, right? They were telling, actually, it's not Ram who lifted Dhanush. It is Sita Devi who gave the strength to Ram and then he lifted the Dhanush. See, Ram was very scared. He was thinking, कहाँ से बोल दिया मुझे धनुष उठाने के लिए? I will not be able to lift. So he was coming very slowly, afraid. He was looking everywhere. Then he looked at Sita Devi and he got the strength and he lifted up the Dhanush. So actually it is because of the strength of Sita Devi. Sita had experienced earlier. Sita lifted the Dhanush earlier also in her childhood time. So Sita gave the energy to Ram. Same way here, all the Sakhis are saying, Radharani, because of the mercy of Radharani, Krishna was able to lift Govardhan. Giri Govardhan ki jai. So after this whole Leela is done, of course, all the Brajavasis came, they congratulated Krishna, they hugged Krishna, thank you, you saved us from the Indra's, what he says? Indra's anger, Indra's wrath. On the other side, Indra is very scared. Indra went back to his palace, but he is not able to enjoy anything now. Earlier, Indra was sitting in the assembly on his crown, on his Singhasan throne, and he is drinking Somarasa, and all the Apsaras are dancing around, all the people are glorifying Indra. But now, Indra is not enjoying anything. Indra is afraid what is going to happen. There is big punishment coming my way. What should I do? He went to Brahmaji. Brahmaji, what should I do? Brahma said, I also had experience. मैंने भी अपने हाथ जलाए हैं पहले. I have already burnt my hands. I also did that Leela, trying to steal away the calves and the cowherd boys. Better you immediately go and ask for forgiveness. That's what I also did. I went immediately and fell at the feet of Krishna and asked for forgiveness. So you go immediately. Don't go alone. Take Surabhi cow with you. Krishna, he loves cows. So you don't go alone, take Surabhi cow with you and ask for forgiveness. And I am also coming behind to see what's happening. Brahma and I am going to reveal Indra's whole mistake. Indra का अभी क्या होगा? पूरा पर्दाफाश करना सबके सामने. इंद्रा अपने आप को क्या समझने लगा था? मैं भगवान हूँ. देखो इंद्रा की क्या हालत हुई है. So Indra came down. He brought Surabhi at one place. So Krishna is thinking now. Krishna, leaving aside everybody, Krishna came to one place. Now Surabhi along with Indra has come. Indra is hiding behind Surabhi. He is not coming in the front yet. So Surabhi came and started glorifying Krishna. Actually, you are the Supreme Lord. You are the actual Indra. This Indra is imitating Indra. He is taking his name behind your name. Everybody gets their name on your name actually. You are the actual Indra. And today, we will actually put you on the throne and do your Abhishek as Indra. And this person who is hiding behind me is very afraid, very scared of you. Please forgive him. And then Indra finally came out folding his hand. He fell at the feet of Krishna. Please forgive me. When my yajna was stopped, I became very angry because I was filled with pride that I am the supreme controller. Out of your mercy, you have broke my pride and brought me back to senses. I have done a big crime, trying to harm all the Brajavasis, trying to harm your beloved devotees. Please forgive me for that. And Krishna said, actually, to show my mercy on you, I have done this Leela. To break away, to remove the disease from you. Because you were in a diseased condition. What was that disease? That pride in the heart. So to remove that disease, to cure you from that disease, I have done this Leela. But I am not angry at you anymore. Actually, you have done a big favor. You brought all my devotees close together. So this whole pastime of Indra coming down, asking forgiveness, and Krishna forgiving him, what does it show is art of asking forgiveness and art of forgiving. See, art of asking forgiveness is there has to be a sincere repentance in the heart. Sincere feeling that yes, I have made that mistake and I want to ask for forgiveness. It's not that just external tongue talk. It has to be deep, heart deep. Not just tongue talk. सब कभी कभी बोलते हैं लोग कुछ गलती करते हैं just say sorry. I'm very sorry. फिर वो एक बार बोल के अगर नहीं हुआ दूसरी बोले बोला ना सॉरी. अभी और क्या करूं, बोला ना सॉरी. So that is not how to ask for forgiveness. If you are really feeling that yes, I have made a mistake, I am asking for forgiveness, you have to really show that in your mood also. And Krishna, forgiving also, Krishna is not keeping any grudge that okay, later on I am going to show you. Krishna actually says, see, I come here to protect Indra only. I come yuga after yuga. Ite chanshah kalah pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Vridyanti Yuge Yuge. I come yuga after yuga to protect Indra from his enemies. And this pride was also one of enemy of Krishna, of Indra. So I am protecting Indra. I am doing his surgery, removing that boil which has come onto his heart. And Krishna is like a loving father, loving mother. If a child has made a mistake, father and mother, they are not going to completely abandon him. Right? निकल जा घर से बाहर, वापस मत आना. Like generally, a small child, when the child is playing, very small child is lying on the bed, mother is kind of aligning on the child, and the child is sometimes kicking his leg and he is hitting the legs on the chest of mother or father. Does the father or mother getting angry at the child? They are actually enjoying. Right? They are playing. They are not feeling, oh, my child is kicking legs on my chest, I have to punish him. So what all Krishna has done here is for showing his mercy on Indra to remove his diseased condition. So at that time, Surabhi, she performed Abhishek for Krishna with her own milk. So Surabhi performed Abhishek. Then Indra's Airavat, filling the water in his trunk, he showered that water on Krishna, doing Abhishek for Krishna. And at that time, Surabhi gave name to Krishna. What is that name? Govinda. So Krishna got that name Govinda in this Leela. And the Leela which happened where Krishna's Abhishek was performed. That is also in one part of Govardhan. If you do Govardhan Parikrama, there is a Kund which is called Govinda Kund, where Krishna's Abhishek was performed and he got this name Govinda. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. 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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, गोविंद की जय। So this is Govardhan Leela. Now, after this whole Govardhan Leela is done, Krishna's another wonderful Leela is coming up. That Leela, which I described as the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's not Chaturshloki Bhagavat. We are in 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Chaturshloki Bhagavatam comes in the 3rd canto, second canto. So, I'm not talking about Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. That essence of Bhagavatam which I described, among all the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is the most important, the ripened fruit of all the scripture. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto is the heart. 10th canto represents a beautiful face of Krishna. And in the 10th canto, the Rasa Panchadhyay is the essence of Bhagavatam. And among that Rasa Panchadhyay, Gopi Geet, and among the Gopi Geet, the most important verse, Tava Katha Amritam Tapta Jivanam. So that is the whole essence of the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. So the Rasa Panchadhyay is the essence of, or the kind of, this Rasa Leela is considered as Panch Prana of Bhagavatam. Okay, Panch Prana. Now, understanding this Rasa Leela in a proper way is very important. What happens with Rasa Leela is, as I mentioned earlier, when we discussed about the Chirharan, or the stealing the clothes of gopis. When we talked about that pastime, I mentioned these two Leelas are most misunderstood and misrepresented Leelas of Krishna. Krishna stealing the clothes of gopis and Krishna performing Rasa Leela pastime. Because people represent in a wrong way, they think, why Krishna stole the clothes of gopis? Why Krishna asked them to come naked outside of the waters, lifting their hands up? This, that. So we discussed that Leela. What is the actual point of that Leela? And now Rasa Leela also, people question so many times, why Krishna danced with the wives of other men? Why Krishna danced with other women at midnight, away from the home, in forest somewhere? Why Krishna performed that kind of Leela? Because people do not understand what this whole Leela is all about. What are the intricacies of this Leela? See, this Rasa Leela, what is the meaning of Rasa? You know the word Rasa. Rasa means nectar. So essence of all the juices in this world, we may know about different juices, mango juice and this juice and that juice. Actually, in Sanskrit term, there are 5 different type of rasas described as per our Acharya says. One is called Narakiya Rasa. Narakiya Rasa is, which is very hellish condition, still for some people that's a nectar. It's a hellish condition of life. If you go to some countries like Korea, China and all that, what kind of things people eat, what kind of things they drink, you cannot even imagine. And they think it's wonderful. You may not even stand the smell of that. If some person go to Korea, vegetarian person, it's for him difficult. You have gone there? How many days you survived?
My God, horrible.
Horrible, right? I know one person, he went, my brother actually went on a, what was that, a medical, some conference was there. He had to go for a few days as a educational trip, something. So you cannot find anything to eat there. No vegetarian stuff. Everything is mixed up with it, and the smell everywhere is horrible. You cannot stand that smell. The person has to come back in 1 day, 2 day, cannot survive. But for people who are living there, who they are enjoying that, they are thinking, oh, this is very wonderful. So that is called, Shastra described, that's a Narakiya ras. Hellish condition of life. For some people, that's enjoyable. In that country, actually, I was hearing something. It's called, there is some sort of drink, juice they get. And that juice, that drink, how they make is, like sometimes we have a concentrated juice, right? Concentrated lemon juice. You mix it with water and you prepare that lemonade. So concentrated lemon juice. So there, this is some sort of spit of a particular bird, spit of a particular sparrow or something. उसका थूक, उसको collect करके रखते हैं, उसको condensed form में, concentrated form में, and then prepare a drink from that. Just thinking about that, hearing about that, it feels disgusting. For some people, that's nectar, Narakiya ras. And some people drink a coffee. A world's expensive coffee, the most expensive coffee. Now how expensive that? 1 cup of coffee is $150. $150 cup of coffee. In India, it's like 10,000, 12,000 rupees. किसी किसी की तो पूरे महीने की आमदनी है. And how they prepare that coffee? Since they take the coffee bean, they don't prepare the coffee directly from the coffee beans. They feed the coffee beans to the elephant. And when the elephant rejects that, the elephant poop comes out. Then they collect those coffee beans from that. And then from there, this coffee is prepared. Now just think about that. How disgusting is that? But for some people, they're enjoying it. That's the most expensive coffee. They want to drink that. Narakiya ras. So in scripture it defines there are different type of rasas. When we talk about Krishna's rasa leela, that is rasa, that's the topmost rasa. See the mystics, the yogis, what rasa they derive in meditation, in dhyana. The rasas which the jnanis derive in mukti. For bhakta, the topmost rasa is personal association with Krishna, sanidhya, samipya with Krishna. So this rasa, the rasa leela, this is actually भगवान के साथ रमन करना, वही रास है. That is the rasa. And this rasa leela is not to increase काम. Actually this rasa leela is to destroy the काम. काम बढ़ाने वाली नहीं, काम मर्दन करने वाली लीला है. If somebody has lust in their heart by hearing the rasa leela in a proper way, in the actual way, this whole kama is destroyed actually. So this leela is also known as kama mardani leela. And also this rasa leela is known as Chhe Masi leela. Chhe Mahi leela. Because Krishna expanded the duration of night, which is equal to the 6 months. 6-month duration. So that's why this leela is called Chhe Mahi leela. So for devotees, if we really want to understand the essence of this rasa leela, we should understand this leela is addressed as Kam Mardani leela. And these 3 leelas have connection together. Which 3 leelas? Vastraharan leela, Govardhan leela, and Rasa leela. These 3 leelas are connected together. इसको बोलते हैं इसलिए कि इन लीलाओं का आपस में क्या है? संयोग. ये तीनों लीलाएं आपस में संयुक्त लीलाएं हैं. How? See, when Krishna did Brahma Vimohan Leela, that was to break the pride of Brahma. Then Krishna did Govardhan Leela, that was to break the pride of Indra. And the Rasa Leela is to break the pride of Kamadev. Okay, Kama Mardani Leela. Because Kama has so much pride that I can arouse that sense of lust in other by the association of men and women that arouse, that lust is aroused. And Krishna, to break that pride of Kamadev, Krishna has performed this Rasa Leela. Because Kamadev is getting pride. Let's see, Krishna is associating with all these young girls and different other women in different Nikunjas of Vrindavan. So he was having that pride that I can arouse that lust in Krishna also, not understanding who Krishna is. So to break the pride of Kamadev, Krishna performed this Leela, that I can be in the association of thousands and lakhs and millions of women, young gopis. You cannot arouse this lust in me, because that material lust, this has no effect on Krishna. And all these gopis, first of all, we should understand who these gopis are. So if we really want to understand this Rasa Leela in a proper way, what is the quality? It says, not everybody is eligible. सभी रासा लीला को सुनने के पात्र नहीं हैं, अधिकारी नहीं हैं. That's why we don't speak this Rasa Leela openly very often. But just to educate people, to remove these misconceptions, misunderstanding, we speak this from the Tattva point of view. What are the qualifications needed actually? You should visit Vrindavan. You should have visited Vrindavan. अगर आप वृंदावन गए हो, then if you are Vaishnava, जो लोग वैष्णव जन हैं, because what is the criteria of being considered as a Vaishnava? Remember, I gave 4 criteria earlier in one class. What are the criteria for somebody to be considered a Vaishnava? वैष्णव जन किसे कहते हैं? हरिजन किसे कहते हैं? One who takes shelter of Hari Katha, takes shelter of Hari Naam, who takes shelter of Hari Vatsar, who takes shelter of Hari Priya. Who is Hari Priya? Srimati Radharani. So if somebody has visited Vrindavan, somebody is a Vaishnava, somebody is following the process of Navada Bhakti, somebody is beyond the level of bodily platform, and somebody who has taken shelter of a bona fide guru, then one is a patra, a candidate to hear and understand this Rasa Leela. So if today you want to hear this Rasa Leela, you should perform this sankalpa, that yes, I want to be considered as a Vaishnava, I want to follow this process of Navada Bhakti. I should develop a desire to take shelter at the feet of spiritual master, accepting as a spiritual master. Then I will be able to understand this Rasa Leela, the essence of this Rasa Leela. So how these 3 Leelas are connected? Vastraharan Leela, Govardhan Leela and Rasa Leela. Because in Vastraharan Leela, Krishna removed that curtain in front of the gopis. See, if we want to meet the Supreme Lord, there are 2 curtains in front of us. हमारे आगे 2 तरह के पर्दे हैं. एक पर्दा which the living entity is having on his head. One curtain is the living entity is carrying that curtain. The second curtain is which the Supreme Lord is carrying that curtain. He is covering himself with one curtain. As Kunti Devi prays to Krishna, that you are covered with your curtain of Yoga Maya. Please remove this curtain so we can see you. Maya Javanikah Channam. You are covered up with the curtain of Yoga Maya. So one curtain, Lord Krishna, he covers himself with the curtain of Yoga Maya. The second curtain is the living entity is having that curtain in front of him. What is that curtain? That curtain is because of our own vikara, because of our own vasana. That is the curtain of our vasana in front of us. So these are the two curtains. And when we want to see the Lord, we need to remove these two curtains. And who can remove these curtains? Who can remove the curtain in front of Krishna, the curtain of Yoga Maya? Krishna himself, when he desires, he can lift that curtain of Yoga Maya and make himself visible in front of others. But to remove the curtain of Vasana in front of us, we are not able to do that ourselves because we are tying up our hands with asakti, attachments. Because of those asakti attachment, we are not able to lift up our own curtain. So we need some help. Who is that? Who is going to help us to lift up that curtain? Spiritual master, Guru. So if the Guru comes and lifts up our curtain and Krishna lifts up his curtain, then we can see Krishna. A very wonderful example to understand that. If a woman, right, newly married girl, who is having a ghungat up to her knees, she goes to the temple to take darshan of the Lord. She comes to temple, want to take Radha Kunj Bihari darshan. She is having this big ghungat in front of her. And at that time, the curtain of temple is also closed. तो भगवान के आगे भी पर्दा पड़ा हुआ है. Right? The temple curtain is closed. So there is one curtain behind, in front of Radha Kunj Bihari. There is one curtain in front of that woman. There are two curtains there. Now the curtain in front of Radha Kunj Bihari can open that curtain. The pujari, when it's the time for Lord's giving darshan, he will open the curtain. So the curtain in front of Radha Kunj Bihari is opened, but this woman, he was having this thick ghungat in front of her, still not able to see, still not able to take darshan. And she is not able to pick up the curtain. She is having this mehndi on her hands. Because of that, she is not able to lift up the ghungat. She is thinking, if my dear husband come, अगर पतिदेव आए, मेरा घूंघट भी थोड़ा उठा दें, then I will be able to take darshan of the Lord. So if the Patidev comes and lifts up the ghungan or you take darshan, so then finally she is able to see Radha Kunj Bihari. So these are the two curtains which we need to remove to be able to see the Lord, understand the Lord. So this Rasa Leela, before this Rasa Leela happened, when these devotees are able to do Ramana with the Lord, enjoy with the Lord in his personal association, before that these two curtains need to be removed. So first curtain, Krishna says, I am going to remove my curtain, I have removed, I am going to reveal myself. Before that, this curtain in front of the gopis need to be removed. उनके आगे का जो पर्दा है पहले वो हटाना है. So that is Chirharan, Vastraharan Leela. And then Krishna does Govardhan Leela after that. Govardhan. Go means senses also. To expand the senses, to increase the senses so we can understand Krishna. And actually the Govardhan Leela is cleansing also. When this whole big rainpour happened, everything, all the grounds became clear, cleansed. So it's a cleaning of the heart also, that to understand Krishna we need to cleanse our heart, we need to expand our senses, purify our senses. That is Govardhan Leela. That's another aspect of understanding Govardhan Leela. Because if the cleansing does not happen, you just remove the contaminated things from the pot outside, but the cleansing has not happened of the pot, it is still useless. For example, if a pot is having liquor, उसके अंदर शराब रखा हुआ है, you removed all the liquor from the pot, but the pot has become empty, still there is so much smell from that pot. It is still contaminated. It needs to be cleansed thoroughly. If you don't cleanse that pot and you put milk in that pot, that will be also spoiled. You have removed the liquor, but still the pot need to be cleansed. That is Govardhan Leela. To cleanse our senses, our mind, purify our mind. Govardhan, to expand the senses. To become ready to appreciate Krishna, to understand Krishna, to come in Sanidhya of Krishna. So Krishna did these two Leelas Gopi Vastraharan Leela, and then Govardhan Leela. Now this is time of Rasa Leela. So I'm not going to explain the Leela itself. I'm just going to explain the tattva of the Leela. We need to understand who is performing this Leela and who are all the participants of this Leela. Who is doing this Leela? Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And amazingly, all these three Leelas, Vastraharan Leela, Govardhan Leela, and Rasa Leela. As Shukdev Goswami is starting to describe these Leela, the very first shloka of each of these Leela addresses Krishna as Sri Bhagavan. Okay, to clarify, to emphasize the point, he is not an ordinary boy. He is the Supreme Lord. So in Rasa Leela also, so now I gave you the hint, go back, read in Bhagavatam. Open up the first verses of all these three Leelas, Vastraharan Leela, Govardhan Leela and Rasa Leela, and pay attention to the first word used. It says Sri Bhagavan. So in the beginning of Rasa Leela, the very first shloka, 10th canto, 29th chapter, first verse, it says, Shri Bhadrayani Vacha Bhagwan api taharatri Sharado Fulla Malikaha Viksharantu Manaschakre Yoga Mayam Upashritaha. Shri Bhadrayana Vacha. Shukdev Goswami is speaking. What is he saying? Bhagwan api taharatri. When the Supreme Lord saw that night has come, for which he had promised to the gopis, he told the gopis after the Vastraharan Leela that I am going to fulfill your desire. Everybody was praying to Katyayani Devi to have Krishna as their husband. So Krishna said, I am going to fulfill your desire to give my personal association to you on this night of Sharad Purnima. So this Rasa Leela happened on Sharad Purnima. That is the first day of Kartik month. Okay, Kartik month, as per our Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar, it goes from Purnima to Purnima. And the first day is Sharad Purnima. So this is the first day of Kartik month when Krishna performed this Rasa Leela. Sharad Purnima, people observe Sharad Purnima in many different ways also. They prepare that kheer and put it in the light of moon, right, in the rays of moon. And whole night it is kept in the rays of moon and it becomes like nectar. And it has the potency to cure many diseases. It's very good from arogya point of view, health point of view. But we are not interested in only that aspect. We want to hear Krishna's pastime, Krishna's Leela. So Shri Bhagavan, Bhagwan api taratri, when Krishna saw that night has come. So here Krishna is addressed as Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Who can be considered as Bhagavan? Krishna, but what is the criteria? We have discussed that many times. What is the criteria for somebody to be considered as Bhagavan? In Padma Purana, Prashar Muni gives this one shloka which describes who is Bhagavan. 6 opulences. Somebody who is full in those 6 opulences, he can be considered as Bhagavan. And what are these 6 opulences? Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasah shriya jnana vairagyasya channam chaeva channam bhagan itangana. Who has these 6 opulences in full? Aishwarya. Okay, what are these? Viryasya, strength. Yashasah, fame. Shriya, beauty. Jnana, knowledge. Vairagya, renunciation. And Aishwarya, wealth. So who has these 6 in full, he can be considered as a Supreme Lord. We also have these 6 opulences, but in a very little minute spark. We also have some beauty. If somebody can consider I'm very handsome, I'm very beautiful. We also have some beauty, but it's a minute spark. We also have some wealth. Somebody may have a big palace, bungalow also, but it's minute. We also have little strength. We can move a table or a chair, but our strength is very limited. We also have some knowledge. We can recite couple of shlokas here and there, but we forget also. Krishna's intelligence is unlimited. And then we also have little fame. Few people know us. Here and there somebody may know us. But Krishna's fame is unlimited. And we also have little renunciation. What kind of renunciation is ours? When we become distasteful of something, जब किसी चीज से मन भर जाता है तब उसके प्रति वैराग्य आ जाता है. अरे अब ये चीज और नहीं चाहिए. रसगुल्ला बहुत खा लिया, अभी और नहीं खा सकता. But we are Anu. Krishna is Vibhu. We are a spark of Krishna. So Krishna has these 6 opulences in full. He is the Supreme Lord. But people are not able to understand Krishna. They consider Krishna as an ordinary boy, ordinary man. And that's why they consider these Leelas of Krishna also just ordinary mundane pastime. Why Krishna did this? Why Krishna did that? Because we put ourselves in the feet of Krishna, or we bring Krishna to our level. We think if I was in Krishna's place, what I will be doing? If I was in front of these young girls who are alone at the middle of night, beautiful girls, what will I do? So we think, because we think at our level. So we think, oh, why Krishna did like that? Krishna also should be having same feeling, we think. If I was at a place and I found a diamond ring sitting there, nobody is watching me, what I will do? Pick it up, put it in my pocket. Nobody is watching, it's mine now. Because whatever contamination we have, whatever nature we have, we think, oh, Krishna also should be same way. So why Krishna did this Leela and that Leela? That's the problem. That's why Krishna says people are not able to understand me. They think me as an ordinary man. Ab jananti mam mudha manusham tanumashritah param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Ab jananti mam mudha. These foolish people, they do not understand me. They think I have taken just as an ordinary human form. Manushim tanumashritah param bhavam ajananto. They do not know my real nature. That I am the Supreme Lord. Mama Bhuta Maheshwara. I am the Supreme Controller. I am the controller, proprietor of everything. So first of all, we should understand Krishna is not an ordinary person. He is the Supreme Lord. And Krishna did this Leela at the age of between 7 to 8 years. At the age of 7, he did Govardhan Leela. After that, when the Sharad Purnima came, Krishna performed this Rasa Leela. So Krishna is more than 7 and less than 8 years of age. And all these gopis, now let's talk about who are all the participants of this Rasa Leela with Krishna. Because people, sometimes we get this misunderstanding or confusion that these gopis, they are lovers of Krishna. Like a illicit relation. They are wives of others and they are having relationship with Krishna. It's immoral. Right? Extramarital affair. And our acharyas also actually sometimes they use this word parikya bhava. That these gopis had a parikya bhav towards Krishna. Parikya matlab lover. Extramarital affair. So why it is addressed as parikya bhava there? So let's understand that point. What is actual relationship here? Is it a parakya bhav or topmost savakya bhav? So who are all these gopis who are in this Leela? They are the great sages from Ramavatar time who have performed thousands and lakhs of years of tapasya to be with Krishna, to enjoy with Krishna in that Madhurya Ras. And Krishna accepted, yes, in this Leela I will give all you that opportunity to associate with me in this Madhurya Ras. Because all these sages, those girls, residents of Dandakaranya, they were so much attracted towards Lord Ram, seeing his beauty, they wanted to go hug Lord Ram, they wanted to have that exchanges with Lord Ram. No, nobody can come closer. I am Maryada Purushottam right now. I will give you opportunity, you have to wait. So in Krishna Avatar, at the appearance at the time of Lord Krishna's pastime, Lord Krishna, to give them all that to fulfill their desire. He performed this Leela. So all these girls, all these gopis who have appeared as gopis in Braja, they are no ordinary women. They are the great, great sages. And all these gopis, actually, what is their mood towards Krishna? Their mood is they have surrendered everything to Krishna. They cannot live without Krishna. They cannot tolerate the separation from Krishna. Earlier I described, and every day when Krishna goes to herd the cows, all these gopis are just like a madman, mad woman. इतनी मतवाली होकर वो घूमती रहती हैं. चलो सखी वहां जाइए जहां बसत ब्रजराज, गौरस बेचत हरि मिले एक पंथ दुई काज. Let's all also go try to find Krishna where Krishna has gone, on the pretext of selling our butter, milk, yogurt, all that. So they try to follow Krishna where Krishna has gone, but they forget their path and keep coming back again and again to Nanda Mahal. So they cannot live without Krishna. And Narad Muni has given the ultimate essence of the love of gopis in Narad Bhakti Sutra. Narad Muni says, Tad arpita akhil acharata tad vismarane parama vyakulata iti. That is bhakti. What is bhakti? Tad vismarata parama vyakulata. If you forget the Lord, you have so much of anxiety. Vyakulata. Tad arpita akhil acharata. You have surrendered everything to Him. You have given up your everything for Him. So that is bhakti. And what is the example of that kind of bhakta? Who is that kind of bhakta? Narad Muni says, yes, that is the topmost bhakti. Yes, that is the topmost bhakti, where somebody has surrendered everything to Krishna and they are too anxious in separation of Krishna. So he says, Astyevam evam, Astyevam evam. Yes, this is it. This is it. This is the climax of bhakti. And what is the example of that sort of bhakti? Yatha Vraj Gopikanam. Like the gopis of Braja. And that is one of the sutra of Narad Bhakti Sutra. Yatha Vraj Gopikanam. Sutra finished. Like the gopis of Vrindavan. So that is the topmost level of these gopis. That they have surrendered everything to Krishna. And they cannot live without Krishna. And Krishna himself glorifies gopis. How? We read when Krishna sends Uddhava to come to Vrindavan to give his letter. Krishna left Vrindavan telling, I will come back next day. Just wait. And after that he never came. Everybody is waiting for him. So Krishna one day sent Uddhav with his letter. Go and give this letter to all the Brajbasis, gopis. And as Uddhava is coming, before Krishna sent Uddhava, he is narrating to Uddhava what is the love of Brajavasis, what is the love of those gopis. He says, Krishna says, their minds are completely absorbed in me. I am everything for them. They have surrendered their everything. I am just like their life air. They cannot live without me. Taman manaska mat prana mat arthe tyakta dehikah mam eva daitam preshtham atmanam manasah gatah ye tyakta loka dharmascha mad arthe tan bibharmyaham. They have given up everything. They have given up loka dharma, surrendered everything unto me. Te ye tyakta lok dharmascha mad arthe. For me, they have given up everything. Apna lok lajja sab kuch chhod diya unhone. They gave their families, they gave up their husbands, they gave up their children, they gave up their father, mother for the sake of me, for my pleasure, for taking shelter at my lotus feet. So they are very dear to me. They are the topmost devotees. And once I mentioned this story also earlier, Narad Muni comes to Vrindavan. One gopi, she is meditating. Narad Muni asks, what are you meditating on? Are you meditating to achieve the feet of Vishnu? Are you meditating on Lord Vishnu? Are you meditating on Krishna? No, I'm trying to remove Krishna from my mind. I'm trying to bring some worldly thoughts. This Krishna has stolen my heart, my everything. I'm not able to do anything. I'm trying to remove Krishna from my mind. So I'm meditating on to bring something else in my mind. So their minds are completely absorbed in Krishna. Ta man manaska, mat prana, mat arthe tyakta dehika. They have given up their bodies also for me. So they are very dear to me. So that is how Krishna glorifies the gopis. And when Uddhava came to Vrindavan, Uddhava wanted to actually teach them. He wanted to give them this lesson. Why are you crying? Why you are shedding tears? Paramatma is everywhere. Why you are thinking about Krishna? Just think about Paramatma. He is everywhere. Just meditate on Paramatma. And gopis are अपने पास अपना ज्ञान अपने पास रखो. Don't अपना यहाँ पर अपना ज्ञान मत झाड़ो. And Uddhava, when he saw the love of gopis, actually then he came to real understanding. And at that time Uddhava is praying. Uddhava is saying, Vrindavane kim api gulmalata oshadhinam. I desire that I become like a gulmalata oshadim in this Vrindavan. I become like a creeper. I become like a blade of grass. Some herb. Because when these gopis walk, the dust of their lotus feet will fell on these blades of grass, on these creepers. So I will get the dust of these gopis, the dust of the feet of these gopis on my head. That will be the topmost benediction for me. Uddhava prays like that. So the position of gopis actually is very high. They are the topmost devotees. But is their love just like some worldly love? As a girl is attracted to a boy, a girl sees some very handsome boy, very powerful person, muscular, and with just external beauty, somebody gets attracted. So all these gopis are also attracted towards Krishna like that. अरे ये नंद का छोरा बहुत सुंदर है, बहुत स्मार्ट है, बहुत शक्तिशाली है, बहुत असुरों का वध किया. So they are attracted to some beautiful, handsome boy. Is there love like that, an ordinary, mundane, worldly love? Narad Muni says no. So Narad Muni has given these sutras in Narad Bhakti Sutra to reveal this secret. Narad Muni says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, they always understand Krishna's supremacy. They never forget Krishna's supremacy. Tatra apina mahat jnanam vismarte alpavadah. कोई अपवाद नहीं है इसमें. नारद मुनि कह रहा है इसमें कोई अपवाद नहीं है. They always remember the position of Krishna. महात्म ज्ञान है उनको. They are not attracted towards some ordinary mundane boy. They know Krishna is the Supreme Lord. तत्रापि न महात्म ज्ञान विस्मरते अपवादः. अगर if they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, if they don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, if they are attracted towards just some ordinary boy, कि कोई सुंदर छोरा है, then their love will be just ordinary love of an ordinary boy and girl. Then it will be like tat vihinam jaranam iva. हिंदी में एक वर्ड आता है जार. ये उसका जार है, या उसको यार बोलते यार. Right? What is that word is? It's like a external affair, right? Extramarital affair or some boy girl affair. उसको बोलते ये उसका यार है. So Narad Muni is using that word tad vihinam jaranam iva. Agar if they do not knew Krishna's position, Krishna as the Supreme Lord, their love will be just as an ordinary mundane love. But they always remember Krishna's supremacy. Nasteva tasmin tat sukha sukhitvam. Because their love for Krishna is to give pleasure to Krishna. Tat sukha sukhitvam. That is the highest love. Without considering for their own love, their own comfort, their own satisfaction, they just want to give satisfaction to Krishna. Because in this world, if there is a mundane love between somebody, boy loves girl, girl loves boy, there is a personal agenda. Some motive is there. As long as you are getting your sense gratification done, your sense enjoyment done, till then the attraction is there. After that, the attraction is gone. So it's not like the worldly love. Their love is pure. They know Krishna's supremacy. How they know this Mahatma Gyan? But still they reciprocate with Krishna as if he just some boy in Vrindavan. They knew Krishna as the Supreme Lord, but still their attraction for Krishna is in the Madhurya Ras. It is like many people at their home they keep Gopalji. How many of you have Gopalji at home? Somebody? You are basically serving somebody else's Gopalji. So sometime in India it's very common. People keep Gopalji at home with what bhav? He is our son. Right? With that mood. So they keep Gopalji. But even though they have the mood towards Gopalji as, oh, he is our son, but still they know he is the Lord. He is the Supreme Lord. अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि गोपाल जी को अपने पुत्र के रूप में घर पे रखा है. गोपाल जी is our son, so they will feed their jhutha also to Gopal ji. They consider him as his son, but still they will behave with him as the Supreme Lord. क्योंकि if they do not do that, it will become as an offense. गोपाल जी को अपना जूठा खिलाएंगे. Towards our own son, we don't do that. Gopal ji, they will go pay obeisances. They consider him as their son, but still they will go pay obeisances. To our own son, will they go pay obeisances? अपने सन को तो अपने पुत्र को तो जूठा भी खिला देंगे. सेम साथ साथ बैठे बैठे खा लो. So as the people keep Gopalji in the bhav of their son, but still they know he is Supreme Lord. That understanding is there. So same way the gopis, they behave with Krishna that he is there in Vrindavan, but they know that he is the Supreme Lord. But because their love is so deep, so dense, it gets covered up. Like at home, somebody outside in his profession may be a very high post, high position. Somebody is the, what do you call, IG, Inspector General of Police, or somebody is Chief Minister or Prime Minister. At home, for the family member, he is their family member. He is there for that lady, he is the husband. For the children, he is the father. Outside, the people are saluting him. Yes sir, they're left and right around him. When the person comes home, the kids will jump onto him. Right? They will say, okay, Papa, abhi ghoda ban jao, aapki savari karenge. The children are not saying, Papa, salute. Prime Minister sahab ghar pe aa gaye, salute. So they are behaving with him as their very dear family member, as their father, as their child, as their husband. So they have that relationship. The same way, the Brajbasis, in their heart, they know Krishna is the Lord, but they just keep this aside. होगा बाहर के लिए होगा, भगवान है ठीक है, हमारे लिए क्या है, ये हमारा काना है, हमारा नंद गोपाल है, यशोदा लाल है. So that's their mood. They know Krishna as the Supreme Lord. So, and another proof, when Krishna, why all these gopis know Mahatma Gyan about Krishna. See, when these gopis came to enjoy in this rasa dance, Krishna actually told them, go back. Why have you come here? So if we go discuss this Leela, you will see, hear this. Krishna played out on the flute, all these gopis came, and as the gopis came, Krishna said, welcome, welcome, but why have you come here? At the middle of night, अच्छे घर की स्त्रियां हो, आप सब लोग अच्छे घर की नारियां हो, अपने अपने घर पे जाओ, रात को यहाँ पर क्यों घूम रही हो वन में? Why you are wandering in the forest? You should go back to your home, to your husbands, to your parents, to your children, to your brothers. This is forest. In the forest there are so many animals there. Even if it's a garden also, in the city, in the town, still the woman at night should not go alone there. This is a forest. You should go home. So when Krishna told them to go home, told them your duty is to serve your husband. See, as Pativrata Istri, your first duty is to serve your husband. And all these gopis were heartbroken. Why you are speaking so cruel to us? We have rejected everything. We have come to take shelter of your lotus feet to serve you. Why you are rejecting? Why you are speaking so harsh? You are the Paramatma living in everybody's heart. Don't you know our heart, our desire, how much it is paining us, how much it is hurting us? So at that time, how they are addressing Krishna? They know Krishna is the Supreme Lord. You are the Paramatma sitting in everybody's heart. Don't you know what is our situation by hearing your words like this? And then they say, we have come to take shelter of your lotus feet. Who is sought after by Brahma also? Brahma is ready to take the dust of your lotus feet. All the demigods, they want to get the dust of your lotus feet. Even Lord Shiva want to get the dust of your lotus feet. Lakshmi Devi, she is always serving your lotus feet, even though you have given the place on your chest to Lakshmi Devi. But she is willing to serve your feet. Your feet is the place for Tulsi Devi. But Lakshmi Devi also wants to serve your feet. She is willing to, ready to share with Tulsi Devi. So who is speaking this? All the gopis. So they know who is Krishna. They are speaking about Krishna. They are speaking about Lakshmi Devi. That you are the Supreme Lord. So they know what is the position of Krishna. He is the Supreme Lord. So they have this Mahatma Gyan. They very well know who is Krishna. And when Krishna does this Leela, first of all, Krishna does not do the Leela with any Baddha Jiva. Krishna does his Leela with Muktatmas, not Baddhatmas, not even Mukshu, who are seeking after Mukti. Because they are also still bound. They are seeking after Mukti. Krishna does his Leela with the Muktatmas. All these gopis, all the Brajbasis, they are Muktatmas with whom Krishna is performing his Leelas. Because Leela, when we say Krishna's Leela, the Sanskrit word is Krida, play, right? Krida means khelna. Now when you play, if you are bound, can you play? Either you yourself are bound, your hands and feet are bound, or the person with whom you want to play, his feet and hands are bound. Can you play with him? So for playing, the person himself should be free, and with whom you want to play, that person also should be free. आप खुद भी मुक्त होने चाहिए, जिसके साथ खेल रहे हो वो भी मुक्त होना चाहिए. So same way when Krishna does his Leela, Krishna himself, he is, who is it? Krishna is Atmaram. He is the Supreme Lord. He is free from any bondage of these three modes of material nature. And all the gopis, they are also Muktatmas. Krishna does not perform his Leela with Baddhatmas. And all these gopis are also giving the proof, we know who you are. All these gopis, when Krishna has left, all these gopis are singing. Nakhalu gopika nandano bhavan akhila dehinam antaratmadrik vikhina sarthito vishwaguptaye sakau devan satvatam kule. They are saying, we know you are not any ordinary boy. Nakhalu gopika nandano bhavan. You are not just a son of this Gopi Yashoda or this Gopa Nanda. You are not there just son of Nanda or Yashoda. You are the Antaratma of all the living entities. Akhila Dehinam Antaratmadrik. You are the Paramatma. You are the Super Soul sitting in everybody's heart. आप सभी के अंतरात्मा हैं. Vikhana Sarthito Vishwaguptaye. On the prayers of Brahmaji, you have descended to do the Kalyan, do the benefit for this whole world. Vikhana Sarthito Vishwaguptaye Sakha Udaivan. Oh, our dear Sakha, you have appeared in this world among all of us just on the prayer of Brahmaji. To deliver this whole world, you have taken birth in this Satvatam Kule, in this Satvata dynasty, the Yadu dynasty. So we know who you are. You are not some ordinary boy of Nanda and Yashoda. You are the Supreme Lord. So gopis always know the position of Krishna, but they behave with Krishna as their dear most lover, dear most husband. So we should not consider this Ras Leela as some ordinary mundane Leela or some boy dancing with girls and then people blame Krishna kare to Ras Leela, hum kare to character Leela. Right? So they think, oh, Krishna had danced with gopis, we can also dance with other girls, we can go to disco and pub and all, we can dance with other girls. Arey Baba, first dance on the hoods of Kalia. First lift Govardhan, then you talk about, oh, Krishna did this. So now talking about Gopi's love for Krishna, how is Gopi's position? Is this Parakiya Bhava or topmost Savakiya Bhava? Why Acharyas name it as Parakiya Bhava? Because there is a very strong force in Parakiya Bhava. Right? When somebody has love with somebody, somebody is having a love affair with somebody, they are always thinking about that. See, before marriage, if somebody has a boyfriend or girlfriend, what is their situation? They are constantly just thinking, their whole attention is towards that. बोलते हैं, अरे पढ़ लो बाबा, थोड़ा पढ़ाई में ध्यान लगाओ. They are always just thinking. After when the engagement also happens, if somebody did not have love affair, at least you may have that experience. When somebody has engagement for marriage, right, your relationship is set. Now the boy is thinking about the girl is thinking about the would-be husband, and in whole day they are just on phone talking. Parents बोलते हैं इस महीने का तो phone का bill ही बहुत. So what is the point here? When some relationship is there, as a love affair, love relationship is there is a constant remembrance. So the gopis are constantly thinking about Krishna. They have given up all their worldly relationship. And when Krishna told them, actually he was trying to give them this lesson, why you have come here? Pativrata nariyon, apne apne ghar pe jao. And they told, yes, we are Pativrata. That's why, because of our Pativrata, we have got this movement, your personal association. Who is really Pativrata? Who is our real Pati? Who is our real Pati? Is that body, the husband, that body sitting there, is that our husband? Because when the body dies, why should we become Vidva? If that body is the husband, that body is still there. Why we break the chudis and become Vidva and all that? So real Pati is the one sitting in the heart as Paramatma. That is just the body there. Because you are the real husband for everybody. वास्तव में आप सभी के पति हैं. You are the only Purusha, everybody else is Prakriti. Right? So Krishna is the only male, everybody else is female. Prakriti. So you are our real husband. Because of our Pativrata, actually we have got this opportunity to be in your association. So that is their topmost bhava towards them. Why should we go back? We have rejected all our worldly relationship, this husband, wife, this husband and father, mother, children. What all this relationship has given us? They have given us only misery. Why should we go back to that? Now we have got your lotus feet. We have come at the shelter of your lotus feet. Please do not reject us. So the gopis' love for Krishna is not for an ordinary boy. That is the depth of this Rasa Leela. First we need to understand. Only the reason, because there is too much attraction in Parakiya Bhav, that's why it's addressed as Parakiya Bhav, but ultimately it's the topmost Savakiya Bhav. Now you want to understand one more point here, which why Krishna had told them to go back. When Krishna had called all of them to come, played his flute, called them, and then he is externally showing you go back. You all go back to your homes. Your duty as a Pativrata is to serve your husband. For women, that is the topmost service, to serve the husband. They said, yes, our topmost duty is to serve our husband, but now we have rejected everything. We have come to take shelter of your lotus feet. And Krishna is doing this to test the gopis कि इनका जो वैराग्य है वो वास्तविक वैराग्य है या just external vairagya. Because vairagya is also of 4 categories. One vairagya is because of Vivek Janit Vairagya, Vivek Buddhi. When you have, based on knowledge, you understand what is the difference in Sat and Asat, the temporary and permanent. So that is Vivek Janit Vairagya. Second category of Vairagya is when you have this, what do you call, Dosh Buddhi Janit Vairagya. Dosh Buddhi Janit Vairagya means when you have started seeing fault in something, right? When you are seeing fault in something, then you are not interested in that thing. You say, I don't want this thing. Sofa खराब हो गया, अभी दोष बुद्धि हो गया इसमें, I want to throw it out. No more attachment with this sofa, right? So that is dosh buddhi janit vairagya. Now we have started seeing fault in this. I don't want to use this. Third type of vairagya is we have started kind of getting bored from that thing. Man bhar gaya us cheez se. As I said earlier, if you are very much attached to one thing, but now you have eaten that sweet or that particular dish too many times, you have become bored of that. अभी उससे मन भर गया, अभी ये चीज और नहीं चाहिए. And the fourth category of vairagya is, which is when you have got love, taste for deeply for something, and then you reject everything else. I don't want this. This is an all inferior nature. When you have developed the taste for bhakti, you have got the taste for serving Krishna. You want to have no other thing. That is the topmost level. Bhakti Janit Vairagya. So Krishna is saying, are they really have developed that renunciation, the real renunciation? They are too much attached to me, or it is just Shanik Vairagya. पति पत्नी भाई माता पिता सब बहुत कष्ट दे रहे हैं, तो अभी चलो छोड़ो उनको. होता है ना कई बार अपने family members, they're troubling us, something or other is going on. I think, oh, just reject them. So Krishna is testing them. And later on, Krishna, he performed rasa with them, he danced with them, but all these gopis, they got this bhav, they got pride in the heart. So I'm just giving you little pieces of this Rasa Leela. Krishna danced with all the gopis, he's dancing with everybody. Krishna expanded himself as many number of gopis and he danced with everybody. But everybody started feeling pride in the heart. Krishna is only with me. Krishna sirf mera hai. I am very special. Krishna is with me only. They got this pride. And Radharani got man. Radharani root gayi. That these gopis, they should be serving Krishna, but they have got this pride in the heart. So Radharani got this man. Radharani root ke chali gayi. And then Krishna also immediately disappeared from there. So the whole sequence of Ras Leela, let me tell you that so you don't get confused. First Krishna plays the flute, call the gopis. When the gopis come leaving behind everything, Krishna tells them, go back, why you have come here? And then all the gopis give all this logic. Why you are so cruel? Why you are rejecting us? We have come here rejecting everything. Please do not be so harsh on us. We just want to take shelter of your lotus feet. And then Krishna accepts, Krishna expands himself and start dancing with everybody. And as Krishna is dancing, these gopis got man. Krishna leaves everybody, goes with Radharani. And now all these gopis, they are so much anxious to see Krishna again. Why Krishna has left us? Yes, we have got the pride in our heart. We know we have got this pride in our heart. See, that is the problem with other living entities also. What our feeling should be? I am only Krishna's. Krishna is mine also. मैं सिर्फ भगवान का हूं, भगवान मेरा भी है. But we think other way. What do we think? मैं भगवान का भी हूं, भगवान सिर्फ मेरा है. I am also Krishna's. Krishna is only mine. That is the problem. So that's what gopis started feeling. Right? I am Krishna's. Krishna is only mine. हम लोग भी वही सोचते हैं. I am Krishna's also. Yes, we take shelter of Krishna. But we think I am my wife's also, I am my parents also, I am this is also, I am that's also. I need to hold on to feet of this also, that also. So gopis got pride. Krishna left. And these gopis are searching for Krishna. They are imitating these different pastimes of Krishna. They are imitating Krishna killing Putana, Krishna killing Tarnavrata, Krishna killing Bakasura, Krishna lifting Govardhan, Krishna stealing butter. So they are imitating all these leelas of Krishna, remembering Krishna, searching for Krishna. They find footstep of Krishna with another footstep of Radharani. They think, oh, Krishna has gone with very dear Gopi. This one very dear Gopi who has served Krishna very nicely. So they have both gone together. And they are praying, please come back. We know we have got pride in our heart, but that's not our fault. Even though we have got pride, yes, we know that's a diseased condition, but you are the best doctor. You can give the cure for us. When somebody is in a diseased condition, he should not be rejected, he should be treated. So please treat us. Please put your feet on our chest. Please put your feet, dust of your feet on our head. Please remove this disease from our heart. So all these gopis are praying. So then they go further. They see Radharani is also alone. Because Radharani also got pride. Radharani told Krishna, I am very tired. You please lift me up on your back, on your shoulder. Lift me up in your lap. Mujhe god mein utha lo. So Krishna bent to lift Radharani and just disappeared. So Radharani is also there. So gopis searching for Krishna. They come, they see Radharani also there. Now they all together are searching for Krishna in the forest of Vrindavan, and that's where this Gopi Geet comes. Okay, that is the middle of the 5th chapter of Rasa Panchadhyay. So 29th Rasa Leela starts. 30th where gopis are searching for Krishna, imitating all the different pastimes of Krishna. 31st is the Gopi Geet, 19 verses. 19 shlok, that is Gopi Geet. And then 32nd chapter, again Krishna comes back. And then the reciprocation of the gopis with Krishna, how they are reciprocating. Somebody went and fell at the feet of Krishna, somebody hugged Krishna, somebody embraced Krishna, somebody fell on the neck of Krishna like a garland. Somebody is just looking at Krishna through the doors of their eyes. They took Krishna in their heart and closed their eyes, closing the doors. We don't want Krishna to go away again. So this is their reciprocation with Krishna. And then finally another Maharasa Leela, that Krishna took all the gopis on the banks of Yamuna. He has sweet talks with the gopis, and then again the Maharaj, the dance with the gopis which happened. So this is the Rasa Panchadhyay. And in the Gopi Geet, there is one verse which all the gopis are singing, that please come back, please give us your darshan, why you have rejected all of us. And they are saying, Pranata Dehinam Papakarshanam Trinacharanugam Sriniketanam Panipanarpitam Te Padambhujam Krunu Kucheshu Na Kunudhi Hridyacham. Panipanarpitam. As you have danced on the fangs of Kaliya, you put your foot on the head of Kaliya, please put your feet on our head also. Please put your feet on our chest also. Krishna said, why should I put my foot on your head? Gopi is saying, are we so fallen than even Kaliya that you will not put your feet on our head? And as if Krishna is saying, see, I put the feet on Kaliya's head because Kaliya का तो मैंने क्या करना था? परिग्रह करना था, उसको तो निकालना था वहां से, उस सर्प को वहां से भगाना था. And the Gopi saying, same way in our heart also there are two snakes living. उनका भी प्रतिग्रह करो. What are these two snakes? Darpa and Kandarpa. Darpa, pride. This pride has come in our heart, that is the snake. Please remove that snake from our heart. उसको उस सांप को भी भगाओ जैसे कालिया को भगाया था. And then another snake is Kandarpa, desires. All these worldly desires. We don't want to have any other worldly desire. We just want to serve your lotus feet. So in our heart also these two snakes are there. Please remove these. Put your feet on our chest. Please put your feet on our head. And please come back in front of our vision. Please give your darshan to us. So like that, this is the Gopi Geet. All the gopis are praying to Krishna like that, and finally Krishna reappears. And then this whole Rasa dance Leela that happens again, Maharasa. A lot of details are there in that Rasa Leela. But our purpose of discussing this was understand the tattva of rasa dance. These gopis are no ordinary women. ऐसा कोई लहंगा चोली पहनने वाली सिर्फ कोई साधारण स्त्रियां नहीं है. They are the topmost devotees. They understand Krishna's supremacy. Mahat tattva jnana. And Krishna himself is the supreme God. So this rasa dance is not Kama Vardhak Leela, it's Kama Mardan Leela. And after this Leela, Krishna got the name Madan Mohan, breaking the pride of Madan, Kamadev. So who can even attract Kamadev? Madan Mohan. And Rasika Shekhar, that's another name Krishna got, who performed this Maharasa. That's a Rasika Shekhar. I can be in the association of all these women. I am not affected by any lusty desires. That's what Krishna wanted to break this pride of Kamadev. कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय.
श्रीमद्नाथ प्रभु की